Hello and welcome back to Fallout 4 with myself, Hollow. This is the Institute. Last time we discovered that Sean was not in fact 10 years old. We discovered that he's 60 years old and he has become the leader and ruler, the director, as he put it, of the Institute. This place is about recultivating and rebuilding the world through science. They have an army of robots, real robots made with humans, made to feel and function like a human. And it was completely successful. You can see that they've managed to got clean drinking water in a beautiful way. They have amazing technology. They have working, functional trees that are healthy and growing beautifully. They're actually able to save the world. This is all underground. This is the best vault that ever existed. If they could do what they've done down here to the entire world, small scale, big scale, whatever, they could save the world. They could rebuild the entire world. And this is why I've changed my opinion massively on the Institute. Now, I've seen some of the darker side of this group. It seems like every group has a dark side. The Brotherhood with their almost Nazism and their focus on war rather than rebuilding, which is what the Institute appears to have done. Look at that elevator, man. God damn. The fact that it's like the DNA strands going all the way up is beautiful. But they mistreat the robots they've made. They treat them like shit, which has caused the railroad to exist. The railroad save these robots, the ones that feel that they deserve a life of their own choices, and to be treated equally and fairly. There's a dark side to the Institute. That much is clear. And we're going to find that dark side. Let's start today by meeting the leaders of each faction or group working under our son, Sean. This would be the advanced science leader, Madison Lee.
Excuse me, Doctor?
Ah, it's you. You're here then. Yes, I know who you are. We all do. While I'm sure Father is very happy that you're here, I do hope it doesn't interrupt our work.
What work?
What is it you're working on?
Advanced systems, special projects. You've seen the boy, synth, already. We've been hard at work on him for quite a while now. Oh, before I forget, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the Institute at will.
Awesome, we can come back whenever we want. Alright, thank you.
Thank you. I'm sure that'll come in handy.
Given that the relay is the only way to access the Institute, handy is something of an understatement.
Yeah, it means we can go in and out whenever we want.
Lost on you. You'll be the only one here with that kind of access.
Wow.
Nothing else, it should demonstrate the amount of trust Father has placed in you.
Yeah.
Unless there's something else, I really do need to get back to work.
It's still going to confuse me calling your son Father every time. Stop it. Stop it. Is everything okay?
Is everything okay, Dr. Lee? You seem pretty tense.
Yes, things are... It's fine. I'm sorry, I don't socialize much. I prefer to focus on my work.
You don't seem fine to me. I'm very interested in learning, like, the backstory of this place and what really is going on here. And there's clearly something, in my opinion, going on. Something a little bit darker going on here. Advanced system notes. What's this?
This is day 8 of Trial 6. The last week has been very productive, but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after
So
this.
she's exhausted.
Renee has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. It's well, it's almost too good. The responses map almost identically to expectations, some of the most lifelike I've seen. Of course, it's not really Sean. None of his memories are in there. That, even now, would be a step too far.
They know that they can step too far.
Starting to have an effect on the team, I think. I know I've been caught up in the moment once or twice. Just a second or two, forgetting that he's not a real boy. Still, I think we'll need to consider restricting him to the lab only for the moment. I'm well aware that others are put off by his presence. If I were slightly more arrogant, I might consider that a sign of success.
So people are weirded out by Sean, this boy that has grown. Is he growing? Or is he permanently 10 years old? That's a big question, actually. Has he been growing this entire time? Like a normal boy? As though he's not a robot? I'm sure the other robots... I'm sure the robots who... You know, the synths who look like a human, who act like a human, have thoughts like a human, who want to be free. I bet that they're always adults from the beginning of their life. Is Sean the first robot synth that is a human in everything but the fact that he has circuits inside of him? Is he growing? Has he aged from 0 to 10? I don't know. But this group, this advanced science group, they're the people who made him. Alright, we're good for now.
Good for now. Thanks.
All right.
It's so rude to just walk up to someone and go, hey, by the way, I don't want to talk. I'm done here, alright? Stop speaking to me. Pretty rude. I was wondering what it would be like down here at night. Like, what do they see? Are they able to tell that it's night? Turns out that they can. They have it so it darkens down here at nighttime. They do have a day and night cycle. And as you look up, the ceiling, it looks almost like they've made it that way so it looks like the stars. Amazing. And we have another leader here.
Just need to tighten up this primary drive servo.
That's the third primary drive breakdown this month. As far as I'm concerned, the phase out on these older models can't come soon enough.
Oh, I don't know. Most of them have lasted long past their projected lifespans. If you ask me, they were built pretty well.
I can't argue with that. Even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set. Unit, you can return to duty.
It didn't
Thanks
speak.
again. Of course.
That's why did you do that?
Dr.
Quick
Orman's
squat.
lecture on cold fusion
Quick
was nothing
squat
short
there.
of
Yeah,
revolutionary.
gotta pump them gluts. Right. That robot. A bunch of the robots aren't making any sound when they speak. It's a bit weird. I think it's a bug or something. But what's interesting is they're kind of done with the first gen and second gen of these robots, and they've almost got a third gen ready, which may be stronger and better than this gen. What do you actually have? What do you sell? Before I speak to this woman behind me, we have different weapons. Oh my god, alright. Experiment 18A. 28 damage. It's plasma as well. It's got very good fire rate. Wow, it's worth 4 grand. Are you kidding me? No thank you. Good lord. There's a 25% faster fire rate and more time on the reload. Interesting. Maybe I'll find one of those out in the world.
Doc.
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Alec. Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's chief engineer.
Nice
Your
makeup.
father told us about you. I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much. I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that time?
It's weird, they all know who I am. Avenge my wife? Well, I already did that, and then I had to look for the son. Will to survive? Find my son, honestly.
I just wanted to find my son and keep him safe.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew up to be. Now, I'll give you a quick rundown of the facilities division, and then I'll answer any questions you might have afterward. As you might guess, we keep the Institute's mechanical and electrical systems running smoothly. We maintain and upgrade all of the systems that make it possible to live and work in a place like this. There's a lot of machinery behind these walls that recycles the air and water and provides power to the laboratories and quarters. The work we do might not be as exciting as some of the other departments, but it's at least as important. So, now that you're here and you've spoken to Father, does that mean you're on board?
Not so fast. With what exactly?
On board with what?
The Institute, of course. Sean implied you operated on a level, if not equal, then at least similar to the rest of us. Curious. If there's anything else you'd like to know about the Facilities Division, I'm happy to discuss it.
Who built this place?
Who built this place, originally? Has it been here long?
The construction of the Institute is the work of generations of scientists. The original survivors of the war, our progenitors, took refuge in the basement of the old Commonwealth Institute of Technology. Over time, their sons and daughters dug deeper into the earth and built increasingly sophisticated habitats and laboratories. It's a process that's still going on today. Even now, we're digging out tunnels for new facilities and infrastructure. Just think what this place will look like 100 years from now. I hope I'm there to see it.
You believe you'll be 100 years old? I suppose it's possible. You know, I got a lot of questions, right? And you said you'd answer any of them, and then you just sort of left. But whatever, I'm interested. So behind all these walls are apparently machinery that, like she said, recycles and refills the air. And what is this?
Don't recharge unless your primary levels are below 2%. Also, if you haven't patched your navigation software, do so after this meeting. The last thing we need is more synths bumping into walls. All right, that's all for now. You can resume your duties.
Remember to practice good sanitation habits at all times. Remember to conserve power at every opportunity.
It's weird, isn't it? It's weird.
Best part of my day is coming home to my girls.
Oh, you have daughters? Yeah, he has 2 daughters. We've seen some young kids walking around. And this is a guard, I guess. This is the synth guards. They look amazing. Very cool looking.
You know the protocol, sir. Authorized personnel only.
So Dr. Ayo thinks he can hide in his office, does he? Well, you can tell him that I intend to speak to Father about these unannounced security sweeps of yours. Ransacking my quarters in the middle of the night is totally unacceptable.
I'll pass along your message, Doctor.
See that you do.
So in the synth retention, there's something going on. Why are they searching your room?
Like I keep mistaking them for real people.
You should treat them like real people.
Welcome. It is so good to meet you. I truly hope you'll come to think of the Institute as your home.
Doubt it. My home is gone. I don't want to be grim. What's your job here?
What do you do here?
Oh, I'm in charge of housing and provisions. It's my mission to ensure that everyone lives a comfortable and productive life. You should know that many of us consider it a great honor to have you here.
They're very respectful, or at least a good majority of them are.
Scanning unknown identity. Clearance confirmed.
So I'm allowed in here because I have like the ultimate clearance. Our son has given us a lot of control.
What now?
They're dragging their feet on the targeting
Child
package
synth.
upgrades I asked for.
It's
Maybe I
just
should take some
remarkable.
courses with me.
It's an honor
Send
to
a
meet you,
message.
sir.
Please don't. There's enough friction as it is between us and pretty much all the other departments.
You going soft on me, Alana? My methods get results, and they will this time as well. You'll see.
Soft. Which means you're a harsh person, right? Let's speak.
Sometimes you have to lean on the other departments a little to get what you need.
Excuse me, Doctor.
So, here you are. Justin Ayo, Acting Director of the Synth Retention Bureau. I'll be upfront with you. We're going to be keeping a close eye on you for the near future. Despite your relation to Father, you're a bit of an unknown quantity. I'm sure you understand. There won't be any issues, will there?
Is that a threat? Why don't you trust me?
Why? Don't you trust me?
Oh, it's nothing personal. I don't trust anyone. Now, Father has asked that I provide you with a brief overview of the Synth Retention Bureau. Our primary responsibility is the recovery of escaped synths that are hiding among the human population on the surface.
So, you are hunting the escaped synths. Why?
Why would synths want to escape?
Synths do not want. They might look like human beings, but they're machines. As to why they're escaping? That matter is currently under
Well, then you clearly don't have a proper
Our main
understanding of
instrument
synths,
is
do
the
you?
Courser, a third-generation synth assigned to operate on the surface. Coursers hunt down and reclaim synths that have escaped the Institute. They are highly self-sufficient, trained in combat, infiltration, and tracking. In a word, are Our coursers are relentless.
I destroyed
I gather
one.
You know all this, since you've encountered one already. In fact, I'd very much like to know how you defeated it.
Combat experience.
I'm no stranger to combat.
Even so, a courser should be more than a match for any single combatant. I suppose I'll have to ask robotics to perform detailed diagnostics on the entire production run. As if we don't have enough problems. Now, unless you need something else, I'll get back to work.
You treat robots like a tool. Even those who are human, essentially. And even those who are, you know, confident in making their own choices and wanting to be free, you still treat them like slaves. That's it. That's the word. You're treating them like slaves. I don't like it.
You there?
Fuck you. Alright.
If you're the acting head of the ESRB, who were you filling in for?
Dr. Zimmer holds that position. He's supervising the retrieval of some of the more high-profile units. In his absence, I keep things running smoothly.
I think that's suspicious. Where is he and why is he gone for real? Finally, we have the bioscience side of things. I'm very interested in this. Are these not the people who create all of the synths with human emotions, or are these the people who focus on the trees, the water, the ability to live and survive down here? I'm very interested in this area, in fact, what it looks like. So we have this long curving corridor that leads all the way around the back here into the supply room. And then we have another door around the back of here. It's much bigger than I expected, this side of things.
Sweet.
What is this? I walked into this lab here, and there's a trap, and it's all deteriorated. Horrible in here. I found the darker side of this place. I knew it existed, but a dead synth. I had to break in here. I had to lockpick my way in. I just found the door, and I was like, wonder why this is locked. And then here we are. There we go.
Yes.
What is inside this room? I can't believe they've got traps in here. It looks deteriorated. It looks nothing like the rest of this place. Not clean and well maintained. Abandoned and forgotten about. And the fact that there's a trap in here. We know that there's one person. Oh my god. Why are there turrets down here? Wow, it actually really fucked me up, did that? Or I was already hurt and didn't realise, but... God damn. They got turrets, they got traps. What is this?
Resetting threat level.
There's an assaultron down here. Why? Oh my god, I'm very surprised to find all of this, but intrigued. Okay, we're breaking through this door here where I heard the assaultron. In fact, I can hear it moving around. You see, assaultrons are very fucking tough. I can't imagine this is going to be an easy fight if there's one around this corner. Alright, well, yeah, there is one. Okay, fucking hell, it's weird, isn't it, the way I move. I just headshot that, and it did fucking nothing. Oh my god, look at it. Holy shit. Oh my god. Holy shit. Let me just eat something. I don't know, fucking... I'm gonna use a stealth boy. I'm using a stealth boy. Oh god. Oh god, look at the way it moves. It's got like a laser. What the actual fuck even is this? Oh my god. Oh my god, assaultrons are fucking scary, dude. Jesus Christ. And it was killing anyone that came down here. I actually had to use a fucking stealth boy on that. Good lord, what is down here? Why, though? place is much bigger than I expected, and on top of all this, there's more to this place. I gotta make sure I take all gold and silver. It's kind of hard to get your hands on. We have more locked doors, and I can hear what might be another turret. But I'm not convinced right now. I'm not sure what it is. Let's just break in this room for now. I already think there's more traps in here. Look at all this. We got like different weaponry, old lab coats, Corsair uniforms. This was obviously a wing or section of the place, of the building. And it's been abandoned. Or maybe it was taken over. Do you think that Assaultron took over this section? Oh my god, there's a dead cat here. There's 2 dead cats. 3 dead cats. What the fuck? And a dead synth. What happened down here? Oh god! Alright then. Holy shit. There we go. Look at that. There you go. There you go. Done and done. Couldn't even fight me. Oh my god. Another locked door. Oh, what? A super mutant. Here's a little reminder, by the way. A little reminder about the Institute. We met a man who turned himself into the Institute just to... He turned himself into a super mutant just to escape the Institute. Why on earth was that a thing? What causes a person to hate the Institute so much that they not only need to escape from it, but they're so convinced they're going to hunt them down to the ends of the earth, they have to turn themselves into a super mutant to go to the only place they consider safe. And you know what? It's just dawned on me. All of these rooms look to be covered in blood. All of these rooms have some sort of toy in them. Or something to, I don't know, calm it. This is a dead super mutant in a corner, right? And there's blood. And there's a cat. There's a chessboard in that room. In this room we have little wooden blocks. What's in this room? In fact, in that room with the super mutant we had a toy car. In this room we have cat meat, again, and a kickball. My theory right now is that these rooms were originally the testing rooms for Sean. Where Sean was conceived, essentially. Like, not quite literally, obviously, but the idea of Sean was created and the testing went on down here to create Sean. All of these kids-related things. Was this a failed version of Sean? Maybe. Either way, I'm hoping we're going to find out. Stop that tripwire from wrecking us. Is that all? Are we safe now? We have a terminal here. I'm scared about what we're going to find behind that door. Look, another synth. Let's go on this terminal and see if we can't open up this door. Here we go.
Yes.
Grow was the name of that. I could have gone on this and turned off the turrets. Unfortunately, I did that a bit late, but maybe it turned off a couple. And then we'll open up this door. What is behind this fucking door? Any traps? Possibly a dark secret. That's a pretty dark secret, in my opinion. I'll be honest with you, this is pretty dark. And pretty secret. What the fuck? I knew there was something going on in here. You think... Do you think, Sean, my son's got... Oh, experimental serum! Dude, this is what we're here for! I can't believe I actually found it without tracking the quest. I didn't even think about it. I got it! I can bring that to Virgil. Oh, you know what? Maybe this was where Virgil was doing tests to turn himself into a super mutant. Maybe this is where he came to do the tests, and this is why we have super mutant bodies here, and failures also. He was testing here to turn himself into a super mutant. Maybe we're going to find his log here. Subject status, oh my god. Terminated, inconclusive, moderate overall health. We have a male and female that failed. Okay. Progress reports. Latest round of testing complete. Results are all within parameters. So you ordered test personally. I've officially assumed the lead role on project after Dr. Silverson's passing. Oh, this was by Virgil. This is Virgil's. Latest round of subjects show results similar to previous tests run over the last 5 years. Nothing new, always the same. Have entered formal complaint with Directorate. These tests are not bringing in valuable information. The Organics project was spun off decades ago. Why do we insist on continuing this? Redacted. All inquiries about this project should now go straight to the Director. The lab will be offline until further notice. We have some fucking conversation to have with Sean. But first things first. Brian Virgil personal log.
Personal record. Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program have repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing it? If he won't see reason, then I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing, it's not right. It needs to stop. If anyone should find this after I'm gone, know that I never wanted to hurt anyone. Anyone! Do you understand me? I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan, and if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the coursers can find me. Everything that we've done, the lives we've taken. If there is a God, may he have mercy on us all.
What is happening in the Institute, man? Something made him leave very bad.
Elliot reporting for the bioscience division.
He considered it an abomination what they were doing.
We just received another batch of subjects, but as my previous report stated, we're at an impasse here. More of the same won't help. The two most promising strains of FEV have been adapted to an ideal state, but we're still missing something. I am officially echoing the team's position. The most likely progress for our research on synthetic organics requires new avenues of exploration. Additional Commonwealth subjects will not help. It's the same problem across the board. Exposure to too much radiation. We need someone new. There's a proposal we'll be putting forward. I am not entirely comfortable with it, but it seems the best course.
I don't know, man. But we have the serum. We can save Virgil. And maybe then he'll give us some information about our son and what really is going on here. Otherwise, I'm definitely going to ask what the fuck's going on with all of this to Sean. Let's get rid of this laser grid, eh? So this is the biolab. I went round the back without thinking.
Dr. Holdren's synth gorilla project is showing promising results.
Look at this.
Hi there.
We've got robotic gorillas. What the hell? What else do we got in here? So this is just a random institute scientist. Look at all these plants and all the things that they're growing in here. They're quite successful, I must admit. I guess they wear green lab coats in here. Oh man, I found your dark secret though.
Some amazing things with our genetically engineered crops.
Doctor.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the bioscience division. I can't wait for you to see the work we're doing. It's truly amazing.
What work?
Like what?
I was just about to explain that. As the name implies, the bioscience division specializes in fields of studies such as botany, genetics, and medicine. Our most important directive is to ensure the health and well-being of everyone in the Institute. To that end, we cultivate highly specialized breeds of flora for use in food and medicine. We've even started to explore the idea of synthetic animal life. You probably saw the gorillas. They're really just a pet project at this point, but the potential is exciting nonetheless.
They're robots.
The gorillas are synths too?
They are indeed. Judging by your reaction, we've done a good job making them seem lifelike. The initiative is still in its early stages, but the prospects are very exciting. I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time as it is, but I have to ask, have you decided whether you'll join us?
Fucking hell, everyone's asking me these big questions.
I'm an outsider. Would there even be a place for me here?
Even if science isn't your passion, there are plenty of ways to contribute. Our projects sometimes require an agent who can work on the surface to observe and gather information. From what I've heard, you are both fearless and resourceful. I think you'd be ideal for that kind of role. In any case, I imagine you'll want to continue looking around. Or, if you prefer, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
You mentioned medical care. I might need that from time to time.
In that case, you'll want to introduce yourself to Dr. Dean Volkert. He's our top biologist and also serves as the Institute's resident physician. Dr. Volkert works in the infirmary. Just pay him a visit whenever you need to. You won't find better medical care anywhere else in the Commonwealth. I'll promise you that.
I believe Sean's about to ask us to go help recapture the Sims to escape, directly going against what the railroads stand for. And in a way, going against what I believe right now. I'll speak to him, but I'd like to ask him what the fuck is going on with this place. What his dark secret is. Alright, Sean. Let's talk.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand, what do you think?
I must admit, what you've done here is amazing.
You've got technology here that I never dreamed possible. It's amazing.
I'm glad you can appreciate what we've accomplished. None of it has been easy. Ultimately, all our knowledge and resources are focused on a single goal. The goal is best summarized by our motto: mankind, redefined. Unfortunately, no advancement comes without occasional setbacks. As remarkable as our synths are, they can be dangerous without proper supervision. The superior synth mind and body attempting to wrestle with something approaching free will can be a recipe for chaos.
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue synth has taken over the Raider gang at Libertalia. His memories have been erased, and his identity altered. He believes he's a man named Gabriel. Under his leadership, the Raiders have taken many innocent lives. I've dispatched a courser to Libertalia. I'd like you to join him and reclaim that synth.
How were his memories erased?
Who erased his memories? And why?
Those idealistic radicals who call themselves the Railroad are behind it. We'll deal with them in time. But right now, the priority is to reclaim that synth before more harm is done. Now you should get moving. Many people are in danger, and a delay could cost lives.
So what you're telling me is that a synth escaped, one that was capable of free will, and the railroad reprogrammed him to believe he was someone else, and he is living out that life as that person. Think about Nick Valentine. He is ultimately a robot, reprogrammed to believe he is a person, and is acting as that person in this world. So it's perfectly understandable that a raider or a bandit or a horrible person programmed onto this shell of a robot would become a terrible person because they were already a terrible person. It's essentially turning that robot into a terrible person, right? Sure. But why on earth would the railroad implant a raider or a horrible bandit onto one of these synths? That doesn't quite line up. That story doesn't seem straight to me, right? That doesn't make sense. So when we go and we go capture this synth or speak to him, is he really going to be a raider? Or is he going to be innocent?
Libertalia isn't hard to find. Just look for the jumble of wrecked ships floating in the harbor.
Sean.
You should get going. There's no time to waste.
So you're not going to speak to me?
I often wonder what the Institute's founders would think of our accomplishments.
Right. So that means he's not going to speak to me. He's not going to explain what the fuck I found down there in Virgil's lab. Why was Sean making him do whatever the hell he was making him do? And the question about Sean here, this robot. The big question. Did he grow? Or did they make him that size, that age, that understanding, that plant of a body, basically a kid on a body, on a synth? Has he always been that size and that small, or is he a growing synth? They're all amazed by him, but ultimately just making a smaller version that's child size, and then changing it so it has the mind of the child that's suitable. That's not that amazing considering what they've done, right? But what would be amazing to me would be, well, quite simply creating a...
would you?
I do, I think. What would be amazing is creating a child that grows, a robot that would grow. But I'm not sure that's possible, and I'm not sure that's what they've done. Look at this. Look at this. For now, we leave this place. We leave the Institute. And we go back out onto the surface, that horrible place. And we take this serum straight to Virgil. And we tell him what we found. And we ask him for answers.
2, 1. Relay online and engaging.
For now, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching today's episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. Otherwise, episodes are regular. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Have a good day.